Like ordering from a menu with no prices, the uncertainty over the bill is guaranteed to put a nasty taste in your mouth. Whether it's the all-you-can-eat buffet or the melt-in-your-mouth Kobe beef, let's serve up the goods with a healthy portion of transparency, shall we? If you've ever been torn over whether or not to put your prices on your website, God knows I have been there, then you are not alone and this video is for you. We're going to talk about it, whether your prices should go on your website and the pros and cons of doing so. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Nat Milligan, a content copywriter and soulful strategist for aspiring entrepreneurs, helping you write words for the web so you get seen and heard by the people who need you most. Full disclosure. I don't think there's a right or wrong approach to this. I think you need to make the right decision for you, your business, and your customers. If you've been with me for a while, then you know I harp on and on about the importance of knowing your customers really well. You need to know if they would appreciate knowing how much you charge. Of course, if you are a product-based business, then this conversation is no-brainer. You need to put your prices on your website. Okay, I want to know how much that hoodie is going to cost before I add to cart. But when you offer services, then this decision becomes a little less straightforward. There are certain service-based industries where you offer standard prices across the board, or they work on an hourly rate, such as VAs, therapists, trainers, and coaches to a degree. But if you're in a creative sector where projects vary depending on scope and size, it begs the question, should you put prices on your website? Well, according to website usability expert Jacob Nielsen, one of the most important things that customers are looking for on your website is, you guessed it, pricing. He goes on to say, if you think your clients are going to call you to get your prices, then think again. Not having prices on your website makes people feel uncomfortable and intimidated, and they'll shop elsewhere where they know how much things cost. According to research, the number one piece of information customers are looking for when they get to your website is pricing. In fact, it ranked 29% higher than the second most important thing, which was product availability. Now, at the risk of sounding one-sided on this, let's whiz through some of the pros and cons of putting prices on your website. Okay, pros. Number one, builds trust. A lot of people value transparency. Number two, it's efficient. You'll spend less time on calls convincing people why they should buy from you. You're not a commodity. Number three, branding. Your prices can set you apart from your competition. Number four, budgeting. People with a desire to work with you will have a price point in mind to save towards. And number five, it's considerate. Your customers are busy people. Providing all the necessary information they're looking for when they reach your website is good practice. All right, now here are the cons. These are the reasons why you may not want to put prices on your website and what might happen as a result. All right, number one, customized services. If in your business you have projects that vary according to brief and scope and size, then you might feel hesitant about putting prices on your website. I get it. But there are still ways to be transparent about your prices. For example, you can say prices start from, or show examples of your work with the cost of the job displayed. Number two, competition. This is when you don't want your competitors to know your prices. But Here's the snag with this one. It's easy for your competitors to pose as clients and get your pricey details that way. Plus, let's face it, your customers are probably telling their friends how much it was to work with you. Right, next one is sales strategy. Maybe you have a business model where you get your potential customers on the phone and convince them of your value and persuade them to buy. Oh, I don't like this strategy. As a copywriter, I believe your website copy, if written well, should do the hard selling for you. Check out this video. It will show you how to write great website copy for your business. And you don't need to be a copywriter to do it. Here's the thing. My belief is no hard sell. No sleazy, car salesman-y, awkward, seat shuffling moment. Don't do that to your customers. Treat your customers how you would like to be treated. Never put anyone in an uncomfortable position, ever. Okay, the next one is price shoppers and tire kickers. By not having your prices on your website, I think you run the risk of attracting people who are shopping based solely on price. And in that case, I don't think they're your ideal customer. You see, your ideal customer should love what you do and respect your craft. Your ideal customer will likely consider their budget, of course, but other things such as quality of work, style, method, efficiency, customer experience, communication, personality fit, and additional benefits will also rank high, if not higher. All right, and the last one, fear of turning people off or losing them. Okay, this might happen, but the chances are they weren't your ideal customers anyway. Let me share a quick tip with you on how you can minimize the risk of losing people when they come to your website. Create a valuable lead magnet. Now, a lead magnet is a free resource that potential customers can download, use, or apply to see results in exchange for their name and email. The purpose of the lead magnet is to add value with no expectation of getting anything in return. And the added bonus of that is you don't lose them. You see, they join your email list and you can continue to have a conversation with them and build a relationship there. You'll see when you go to my website that I have about 4 lead magnets knocking about at the moment to help you start and grow your online business. Now, if you're still on the fence with this, my advice would be to listen to your gut. Pay attention. Pay more attention to your inner wisdom rather than what everyone else is doing. If people in your industry, as a general rule, don't tend to put prices on their website, but something, that little voice in you feels uncomfortable not sharing your prices, then I say pay attention to that voice. Listen to your gut. I agree with the folks over at Horseshoe & Co. They say when it comes to making this decision, think about your audience. They are the most important factor. What would they expect to see when they visit your website, and how important does price play in their decision to work with you? And a little word of advice before you go. Don't be shy or feel put off by prices listed on people's websites. If you get a good feeling about them, reach out, book a call or send an email. You never know what might manifest in a 30-minute chat. And there you have it. Should you put prices on your website, and the pros and cons of doing it? And now I would love to hear from you. Now, I am really curious about this one. Tell me in the comments, do you have prices on your website? If yes or no, tell me why. I would love to know. Head over to nataliemilligan.com and leave a comment or question there. And hey, be a sweet soul and share this video with a friend who'd appreciate it. Till next time.